Guys, so listen, we talked yesterday about what the body knows, and the only thing it knows, and that's survival. All right. It only knows how to survive. You think about it. If I need sleep, I'm tired. My body wants to go to sleep because it knows it needs to regenerate itself. Now, whether you try to force to stay up or do something else, take some type of drug or something, you're going against what the body wants. Okay. So that can be detrimental. I don't eat for a certain amount of time, or don't, I should say, I don't get the right required nutrients in. Okay, I could have problems with it when it comes to survival as well. All right, I put my body into a process of decline, and it could fall apart, and could die, could do a lot of different things. And somebody asked me, well, how do you know it only wants survival? Think about people that you read about who are in the woods or hiking or something like that, and they get lost and they have no food. How do they survive? All right, they figure ways out because the body continues to try to do what it needs to do to stay alive. All right. Do they have an abundance of food there like we do every day here in America? Probably not. All right. You're limited because of what happens. Now, you might have to kill an animal, then you might have more, but you might have to find some other things. So the body knows survival. Now, I talked about survival, and I said two things come off of this. And survival is the main thing. But if you can understand these two things, you can understand more about the human body. And that is adaptation and healing. These two things are such key components of everything we do. And what I mentioned earlier about the adaptation, if I don't eat, okay, if I go into a fasting state for a certain amount of time, my body knows what to do. It starts burning different energy systems, starts taking things out, and actually probably makes me healthy in the long run. Now, I need to be able to make sure I'm getting nutrients in there, because if not, then my body's going to start to fail. Even if I'm, doing some good at some point, eventually it's going to start to fail. So with the fasting part, you got to make sure you're doing a certain thing. Make sure you're getting those nutrients. And I told there's about 102 nutrients that you need in the body every day. So with fasting, it's a great thing because it takes away a lot of the crap that's in your body, a lot of the toxins that I talk about, and it heals you, right? In a good state. So that's what I'm talking about, healing. Also, when you sleep, you're healing. Your brain's healing, your body's healing, your body's recovering. When I take time off from maybe working crazy hours or working out and stuff like that, that recovery is key. So healing is important. Now, with healing can also come some bad things. So what I talk about is when your body goes into a healing state, it can also heal incorrectly if it's not fed and nourished correctly. So if I don't feed it right, all right, I'm around a lot of bad, toxic chemicals or toxic environment, then my body could heal incorrectly. And that's when you see these so-called diseases that we all name pop up, such as cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all these things that start to combat upon them. It's because a lot of times the body heals, it just heals in a state that we don't like. So what we have to do then is figure out how to fix that and heal correctly. All right. And a lot of people run right away to a doctor or medicine that technically doesn't heal us, because if you think about it, if I'm putting in a pill, all right, or I'm putting chemotherapy into me, what am I doing? I'm stripping my body of what it needs. Yes, I might be killing other cells, but is there a better way to do it? And that's what you have to really think deep down. Is there a better way to do things that are healthier than my body likes? So that's the healing process. All right. And I'll go into that much more in another video. But the adaptation process is, how do I adapt? And how do we get to that point? You know, challenging your body. So going out in the cold. All right. Not just going out for 2 seconds, running to your car, turning on the heat, coming back in, and then going out when it's cold. I'm talking about being outside in an uncomfortable situation. Same thing with heat. Those types of things, or being out in the rain or being out in the snow, being in an uncomfortable situation is what helps our bodies to adapt. And when we're comfortable, the body doesn't adapt at all. Actually, it adapts to a very lazy state, a very mundane state, and a very dangerous state, because if stuff does get chaotic or chaos just comes about, my body doesn't know how to react to that. So then it's going to go nuts and usually do stupid things during that time. So it adapts at all times and it heals at all times off of survival. So survival is the main thing, okay, that God put in us. He knows exactly what he's doing. All right, so our survival. And off of that, our healing and adapting. Now, how we heal and adapt is based upon us, what we do, our free will that God gave us. If I feed it and around things that are bad, my healing will always occur, but it might not occur the way I want it to. And then I become sick, disease, something happens to me. And I'm also adapting. If I don't challenge the body to adapt correctly or adapt at a higher level each day, then I leave my body open to something worse. So you got to understand, if you want to have a better body and you want to have it all in place, the spiritual, mental, and physical, and you want those three things in place, as I said, are the three things you need to be well, then you have to understand the healing and adapting phases of it. Okay. And like I said, I'll go into more detail later on, but I wanted to give you guys just a quick overview of what I was talking about when I talk about survival, what the body does to heal and adapt. All right. Have yourself a blessed day. God bless you.